Welcome to the Futsal Q&A with Alan Ure, who's joining us today. So, Alan, can you give us an introduction into your involvement with futsal?
I got involved in futsal. It was about I think it was about five years ago now. With the team that I was running, my son's team that I still run actually. We played in a couple of tournaments. We were in the Junior Premier League, and I got into it that way. And then I got to sort of know Mark Burkett and Matt Hardy, and we decided we would try and form a league. So we started with a few friendlies, 3 friendly tournament nights at Derby Uni, and then we just went from there and sort of formed a league. It's ran. Obviously, it's not ran for over a year now, but it ran quite successfully for a few years. So that was my first, and that's how I get involved really.
So this is the Derby City League that obviously you're chair of. Can you let the people know how many sort of numbers of teams that you had there on a Friday evening?
The Derby Futsal League, yeah. I mean, so I was chairman, and so now I sort of, Mark was quite busy doing his refereeing, etc. So it was, I've just kind of looked after it for the last couple of years. But I think we had a lot of at one stage we had all the age groups from sort of under 10, under 12s. It was always in 2-year age bands, and the reason for that was because you were maybe struggling at one age group, so if you went to the 2-year age band, it was good, and you'd have teams playing up and things like that. But we went to as far as under 16s one year, and I think we had 56 teams playing in it one season. I think it was 2018-19 season, which was really good. And we eventually ended up hosting some tournaments up at Belper Leisure Centre as well. Leesbrook School became the kind of main base for us, but then we obviously used Derby Arena as well, which was a really good venue. So it's been really popular.
Yeah, I know. I've been to. I went to your tournament at Leesbrook last year, and it was great to see the number of teams. Had some travelling from all over Derbyshire, so that was great. I know you as well from outside futsal, but for the benefit of the people that are going to see this, can you answer the question? Are you involved as well in football outside of obviously futsal?
Yeah, I'm general manager at Borough Fix, but I've been there now I think 2 years. But previous to that, I was chairman at Sandaker Town for about 8 years, I think it was. So I've always been involved. I work for Derby County Community Trust, so I do various bits and pieces for them, coaching and learner recruitment and things like that. So I'm quite busy. I'd probably say I was more or less full time doing that role now. So
would you say futsal can be beneficial to both football players and coaches?
Yeah, it's good. Football players definitely improve. If you're looking at it from a football perspective, the amount of touches that they have, and I think they feel that they can do certain things in a futsal match that they wouldn't do in a football match. So they're doing, little tricks or little flicks and things and then you can always see or tell a player that's been playing futsal in a football match if he uses the sole of his foot and things like that, or just the way his body shape and different things. So
a little bit quicker on the ball, you'd say, maybe more tricks and flicks.
Yeah, it's good for young kids. It's great to see them doing it. I mean, that was the one thing that I initially did futsal because my own team were playing in it, but I used to enjoy, the nights with some really, really cracking games and some great good players that used to come in and, as young as 9 years old and things like that, so it was fantastic.
So would you say there are similarities then between football and futsal?
Yeah, there is, but I think futsal is its own sport, but it's getting that recognition of it being its own sport and not just a development for football. And a lot of people that's involved heavily in futsal are really strong on that, but I think where we are, we're kind of using it as if you're selling it to younger groups and younger teams, you start selling it as well and improve you as an overall player, and improve your technical ability, sort of thing. So
that's great. And so you say you've been involved in futsal for a number of years with the league and various teams. So how would you say futsal's grown in Derbyshire since your first involvement?
Yeah, it's grown. Obviously, the last year's been difficult with COVID, but it's been difficult for everybody. But I think it has grown. I mean, we were starting to get teams that were coming back year after year, and through the age groups and things like that. And with some really big events at the arena, whether it was nights for there was one night, I think, with 36 different teams there one night, and it was fantastic. And it's just, if you get a bit of momentum going and it's not stop and start, then I'm pretty sure, we'll get a lot of interest and it'll become really popular again.
Yeah, and that's the aim. So where would you like to see futsal in Derbyshire? How big would you like to see it get?
I think, it could be as big as whatever you want it to be, you know what I mean? But it's just, I think if you focus on the younger age groups now, especially where we are in Derby, I know Chesterfield have got quite an established, well-run outfit going up there, I think for us it would be almost like a restart and looking at your sort of under 10s age groups, under 12s, under 14s possibly, but certainly those younger age groups were always the most popular ones, and get them going again and then just see where it takes you. But it's just venues and getting venues when you want them or when you need them and things like that, so there's a lot of considerations, but certainly we can, and another thing we did actually was probably, we did more of this towards the sort of tail end of when we stopped playing, was having like a Friday night at Leesbrook School, and we would have 6 teams playing in a round robin, and each team, and within the 3 hours we had the hall, they would get at least 5 games, 5 12-minute games, so they were getting an hour of futsal, and playing in a little tournament. So that was good. It was getting, there was some nights there was about 100 kids there playing, so.
That's great. And that's great experience, isn't it, for the players? Yeah. An hour of futsal on top of the football that they're getting as well in the week. Yeah. So, what would you say to somebody finally that hadn't tried futsal?
I'd just say give it a try. I always used to say give it a try, get involved. You'll love it. I mean, I can't remember many times where new teams would come along and they didn't leave being really happy and really, and I mean, it was really great. Honestly, it was fantastic when we had those Friday nights at Leesbrook, and then the events we had at the arena. Some of the games were fantastic, and just watching the skill and it was going on. And okay, sometimes it was not maybe futsal as in futsal played the way it's played at a professional level. It was more a football version of futsal, if you know what I mean. But it was brilliant, and it was footballers playing futsal, and the excitement and everything was great. And I don't think we ever had a team that only came once, so they would come and then they would come back again because they all enjoyed it. And I think that's the only way. Well, not the only way, but that's the main way I measure on how successful it was doing that.
That's it, and like you say, the number of teams coming back. So that's it for the question. So thank you for answering those, and I know you'll be there on the 24th. So that this is just a bit of a pointer to those that are watching this. 24th of February is going to be our introduction to futsal evening. So please do come and join us. Alan will be there along with members from other leagues and the futsal steering group, and also 2 special guests. So stay tuned in for Twitter to find out who those are. And thank you very much for watching.